Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Comic Blast podcast. We're back, Grayson.
I know. It was one awful week.
We took a week off, not intentionally. Last week, we recorded a full episode, probably, what was it, like an hour and 20 minutes?
It was a pretty long one.
It was a long one, and it was probably my favorite one that we did.
Yeah, so like last week, I mean, the past 2 weeks have been pretty light on news, at least big news.
Yeah.
But last week, I mean, we were really reaching, so we kind of just had a free rant episode, and I thought it was really great. We just talked about so much cool stuff, just random things.
Yeah.
And then it all went to waste because of awful technology.
It's my computer's fault. For whatever reason, it was dropping in and out with the recording.
Yeah.
And I kind of had a feeling that was going to happen because while we were recording, I was like, something doesn't seem right. My computer was like kind of shutting off and then coming back on.
Yeah.
So we need to invest in some better technology. We'll get there eventually. We'll probably have some cool mics.
Yeah,
and
the day after, me and him were like, we were really bummed out.
I was bummed out, but like I'm like,
but it almost kind of like inspired us. We were like, just have like all these ideas that we want to do and like grow like from this podcast, and so like
It's honestly like probably one of the best things to happen because I don't know why, but like whenever bad things happen or setbacks happen, I just get like so much more motivated. Yeah,
that's the same thing. I was like, man, I just really want to like keep on pushing and make this as like as best as we possibly can for you guys and start expanding more things. Like I know we've talked about obviously getting some better equipment and eventually, hopefully, I want to get to the point where we can actually record like ourselves talking.
Sure.
For the YouTube crowd, you know, there's people that listen on there, and they'd actually have faces to go with the thing.
We need to get a pretty good camera.
Yeah.
And we'll set up like a little mini studio. We have so many ideas that we're probably going to get to eventually, but I'm really excited about it.
Same.
We're looking to expand, and we're not going anywhere. We just took that 1 week off.
Yeah.
And it wasn't something that we ever planned on doing, but we're back.
Yep.
We have some news this week that we're going to get to. Before we get into everything, be sure to follow us at comicblast_.
You didn't forget
on Twitter.
This week.
I didn't. So last week I forgot the Twitter handle while we were recording.
Last week, I mean, it was a great episode, but we kind of went all over the place. We said some things.
It was great, but it was also like a big mess.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it works. Also, do you know what the Instagram is for Comic Blast? Because I'm going to start doing that. It's going to be linked somewhere, so just follow us. I'm going to start doing that.
I think it's Comic Blast Official, but...
Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Comic Blast Official on Instagram. We're going to get that running, and we'll do some cool things on that, which I'm really looking forward to.
Yeah.
So we're going to get into the podcast. Before we get into the news, though, I watched Spider-Verse twice this morning.
Twice?
Yeah.
Like in the same day?
Same day.
That's impressive.
I just watched it straight through. I got to the credits, and then I just like skipped all the way back to the very beginning.
Really?
Yeah, and then I just watched it over again.
So I haven't done anything that extreme yet, but I did. It was the last time I watched it was this past Tuesday, I believe.
I feel like it was more recent than that. I remember you like posting something.
It was Tuesday evening.
Wow, this week's just like
it's
a blur.
It's been a weird week, but at that time I had seen Spider-Verse 3 times in the past 5 days. That was the third time.
That's amazing.
So I watched it. I watched the alternate cut at home. Then a friend came over and we watched it, and then that same friend was there with me, but like other people in our friend group had not seen it, so I was like, we have like a movie night on Tuesdays, so I was like, hey man, I got Spider-Verse, I'm just saying we could play it, and they were like, yeah, let's watch it, and then like we were gonna play card games and stuff, and then everybody just dropped it and they just watched it, and they were like, oh, that was such a great movie.
Smart people.
But I'm like, I almost watched it again on Thursday, but I was like, you know what, I'm not, because one, I'm very busy, and two, I don't want to get too burned out on it. So
I don't think I can.
I
get so
I
excited
don't think
after
I can.
watching it.
It's like it's one of those movies, and I actually feel this way about Spider-Man: Homecoming as well. But like, it's just one of those movies that like as soon as it ends, you just want to start it over again. And I love movies like that. That's when you know you have a great movie. Is that you can just watch it over and over and over again. Same thing. Like that's how I feel about the Star Wars movies, the Lord of the Rings movies. These just like these iconic movies where you're just like, oh man, that was such a great movie. Like I want to just experience
I can watch a 3-hour Lord of the Rings movie over and over again. Like I have no problem with it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, those are some of the greats. But there also are some like really great movies that you can't watch.
It's like you watch it once and then you're like,
yeah,
I'm never watching that again. But that was
like,
a great movie.
Yeah, like usually a movie with like a twist or something like that.
Yeah,
you just kind of want to like let it sit for a while.
And I already know what you're kind of referring to.
Yeah. I won't get into it, but we both saw Us.
Yes.
Which we really liked.
Yeah, and we wanted to talk about it last week, but
we didn't talk about it, did we?
We didn't get to it. You wanted to, but we didn't.
Oh yeah, we ran out of time.
But yeah, like obviously that Us isn't a comic book movie or anything like that. It isn't this like big nerdy thing, but like we saw it and
it was good.
We loved it. I know some people that didn't like it as much as we did, but I walked out and our brains was like It was crazy.
It was a whole different experience for you though, because you haven't seen Get Out yet.
I had not seen Get Out, but because I heard the hype about Jordan Peele and I heard that Get Out was great.
Yeah.
I need to watch it soon. I may rent it within the next few days or something like that.
Definitely
and just sit down and watch it. But I was like, I'm just gonna go in and see Us, and yeah, it really not what I was expecting, but certainly in a good way.
Isn't it weird how it's almost like Jordan Peele is creating his own genre now? It's like it's like this comedy horror.
Yeah, that's what people were saying. They're like, oh, there's too much comedy. It's not a horror movie, and I'm like, that's kind of Jordan Peele's thing now. Because I thought back on it, and I was like, yeah, Winston Duke's character was like oddly funny.
He was super funny.
Like there was just so many times in the movie that we were like laughing, and I was like, should I be laughing right now? Like there was people in the theater that were just like that were making the movie like there was one thing that you like that you couldn't stop laughing about, which is what he's doing right now.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Well,
do you remember what it was?
Oh, was it
with the kid in the car?
The kid? Yeah,
I don't want to spoil it. God, it's
not a spoiler. It's just a funny joke.
Oh yeah,
but like, there's the kid, the son says something in the movie, and like I could just see you like to the left, and you just were like you were holding back like severe laughter.
Dude, I was seconds from. I kid you not, I was gonna walk out and just like kind of take a breather because I was like, I'm gonna bust out laughing because like whenever something's funny to me, like I hold on to it for like days. Like it'll stay funny for forever.
That was how I was with Thor Ragnarok when Korg goes, piss off, ghost.
Stuff like that. Yeah, and you just like can't get over it.
Yeah,
even though everybody's like done.
Yeah.
You know, with the joke. But I never get over jokes. Like I just don't let them go. So it's really tough in an environment like that. And I actually saw Us again last night.
Yeah.
And we're not even talking about comic book movies right now, but we just have to gush over this film.
Yeah, I loved it. Definitely one of my favorite films of the year so
Plus
far.
it has 2 Black Panther stars, so
that is true. I didn't really think about that. They did.
Yeah.
It does have
Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke.
Wasn't the Adelaide's dad in the flashbacks?
He looked familiar.
I think he's the guy. Now, if I'm not mistaken, is he the one who played Black Manta in Aquaman?
No, it's not him.
Okay.
But he looks very similar to him.
Okay. Yeah, that guy looks familiar to me, but yeah.
Yeah.
But they had a great cast, and I mean, both of
amazing cast.
The younger actors,
right.
like the kids,
not even just like their normal, like you kind of like forget about it, but like the normal, there's like if you've seen the trailers, roles. You know there's 2 versions of each.
They all play 2 roles.
Yeah, so but to see the creepy version of the kids, I'm like, they did that really well.
Dude, the sister is like like
that
counterpart, the tethered. I was like,
yeah,
I do not like that.
Yeah,
oh, dude, I can't. I don't want to spoil it, but like just like the you know how. No, I can't say it. I can't. I just like. I remember one part. I just was like, "This is just terrifying." Because I want to say it, but like, I don't want to spoil it for people because it's not as big of a movie. But you definitely.
This is why we need it. Like we've been talking about it for 2 weeks that we want to expand on.
Do more stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Branch out from just
possibly.
These topics.
We'll once we figure everything out. we'll probably do some sort of announcement on what we want to do.
Yeah, we're just
this
we're doing a lot of brainstorming.
This particular podcast isn't going to go away, and it's always going to be focused just on comic books. But we might find some other way to create content that's about films, because we like all sorts of films that
me and you are into a lot of different things.
Exactly.
I mean, outside of just this, like we'd love to create content for other
for everything
forms
really.
of entertainment and stuff.
We want to give it all.
But Us was great. People should go check it out.
Everybody should go see Us. I saw it twice. It was even better the second time.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and go see it. It's amazing. But let's get into the news for this week. I think the biggest thing that was kind of blowing up Twitter for a while was the episode 9 leak.
Where did this leak come from?
It came from Reddit.
Okay.
I think it came from Reddit.
Because I just saw it on Instagram. An artist that I follow. His name is Venomous. If you guys don't follow Venomous on Instagram, by the way, he's a fantastic Star Wars artist. He actually, I did a commission with him, and he drew me like a few years ago as Spider-Man.
Oh yeah, he did that.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yes, and he does he does commissions like that. Please, and I'm not sponsored by Venomous at all, but if you go follow him, it's VENAMIS. Go check him out and tell him
now
we sent
I want
you.
Something
because
done.
Yeah.
I want to get something done.
He does some awesome Star Wars work, and he's not limited to that. He's done a lot of Marvel stuff as well. But I saw him post it, and then that was when I think that was on Monday. Correct?
Yeah.
It was something like that.
Monday or Tuesday, something like that. When this came out at first, like I didn't even like.
You kind of thought it was
there's
fake.
so much fake stuff on the internet that like I just scroll past it.
Yeah.
And then eventually I
it
saw
kind of looks fake, but then you look at it and you're like, no, this isn't fake.
Yeah.
This is real.
When I saw it trending on Twitter, I was like, oh, this has really gotten some steam. And then I was like, really,
was it trending on Twitter?
It was
I must have
trending,
just not been on the internet
exactly.
that day.
So like, and then taking a look at it, it looks really cool. It's very like blurry.
It's blurry because it's like probably it's just some like low resolution.
It's definitely
version,
not like
but
it's definitely not like a theatrical poster.
No, it seems like a promotional
poster.
poster.
It
like,
seems like something you would hang up.
Remember
in your
those?
room
Remember those posters that came out back when The Force Awakens was releasing, and they had like those few different variants of the poster. It looks like that.
Yeah.
Like I feel like that we'll probably see this poster at Celebration. They'll probably show off a few posters, and that'll be one of them.
Sure.
It gave me It gave me serious Force Awakens vibes. Like,
did it?
Yeah.
It kind of felt like a mix of Force Awakens and
Last Jedi.
Yeah, to me.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that would make sense.
They're not really branching.
Like I could tell, I was like, okay, this is back to like J.J. Abrams, or whatever, because like,
yes.
Because to be honest, like I thought, that, like one of the biggest things on it is Kylo has his mask, and I was
very surprised,
and I was like, oh, okay. I thought they were just kind of done with the mask.
JJ was like, screw you.
He's
I'm
like, no,
bringing
my
back
mask.
the mask.
See, I'm someone, I actually like him better without the mask. I like the scar. I think it gives him some character. I think destroying the mask in The Last Jedi was actually a good character moment for him. Like he's like, you know what, I'm done being this imposter. Like I'm just pissed. And so
I agree with you about that.
Yeah, I
think Adam Driver's just too good of an actor to just put him behind a mask.
Yeah, he's just like,
even though the mask I think looks cool.
It's a dope mask.
Yeah, I love the sound.
I think the reason he has the mask in this movie again is because also in the poster the Knights of Ren are there.
I'm really excited about that.
You
don't know how thankful I am for that, because I was so disappointed.
We've been teased with this. We've been like very whatever. We've been anticipating the Knights of Ren for a long Star Wars fans, because like they just get that brief little nod, and then like
Snoke
mentions them, but that's it. And so I'm like, finally, we're gonna get.
I just hope they're not throwaway characters. I hope they're not the Praetorian Guards, where they're just used.
I mean, the Praetorian Guards were pretty cool, but like they weren't like as cool as the Knights of Ren. Like obviously they got the
I like when the best thing that you can do for villains, I think it doesn't have to be like large role. They don't need large roles, but they need some sort of like personality, something that sticks out.
Yeah,
Praetorian Guards were just like
they were just
plastic.
Yeah,
basically
they looked like plastic.
They're just used to shred apart.
Yeah.
I think that they need to have something unique about each one of them. Should have something unique about them.
Yeah.
That way they just don't feel like Kylo Ren's.
I feel like they should be almost kind of like comic book villains. Like we were talking about this before the podcast, which this actually may tie into I kind of wanted to bring something up about Spider-Verse, but maybe we'll get to it later. But I've been reading more of the Secret War comic, which on the last week's episode of the podcast, which we did record, obviously, but I talked about it. But in that, there's like a lot of just cool villains that have their own identities, you know?
Yeah.
And that's what I want the Knights of Ren to feel like, is I want them to kind of feel like comic book villains, where they like, not like comic booky, like, ha ha ha, like, you'll never see the last of me or whatever. But like, I don't want them to have identity. I want them to be like, each of the Knights of Ren to be like, this person is good at this person is good at this, like, this person's kind of funny, this one's more serious. Kind of like how the clones were treated in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Kind of like just have some substance to them.
Exactly. It doesn't have to be large. Like, they don't need to take over the film or anything, but they need to have something to them that are just less statue-like.
Do you think, I remember, so, what I believe, I can't remember the actress's name. I believe it was, is it like Carrie or, she's
talking about that
she's like an older lady, not like older,
the brunette.
but yeah, she's in that show, The Americans. No,
crap, I can't think of her name. I know exactly. I could see her face.
She works with J.J. Abrams a lot, and for some reason I want to keep on saying Lori Loughlin, who plays what's her face in Full House. They look kind of similar, but it's not Lori Loughlin. No. I guarantee it. It's Carrie something. I can't remember her name.
I'll look it up. Go ahead.
But there's a big. Like, I remember when she got cast, there was a theory that she was one of the Knights of Ren, and that she'll actually be one of the main antagonists.
She's supposed to be like a character that's gonna have action scenes and stuff like that.
If she's a villain, I'm down with it, because Phasma was trash, and
was she?
If Phasma comes back, by the way, in this movie,
Carrie
I'm gonna
Russell.
be Carrie Russell. Okay, so I got the first part right. But by the way, like, I want Carrie Russell to like replace Phasma, and not like because I want her to just be like this awesome Knight of Ren, you know, because I hope she's a Knight of Ren at least, and just be like this just awesome character.
Yeah.
Because Phasma, like, I'm sorry, she may have been great in the books and stuff, but she was trash.
Yeah.
She was literally like so stupid.
That's the problem that they have with canon, is that like some of the canon stuff is so creative and well written.
Yeah.
And then they get put into the movies and they don't live up to the expectations for people who have read this stuff.
If Phasma comes back, like, she literally fell into a pit in the vacuum of space. Like, and also her mask was broken. Like, I'm sorry, you're dead. If you come back from that, like, I don't like when characters who like are almost certainly dead come back from impossible odds. Yeah. The one exception that I will admit that I think is okay is Darth Maul, because Darth Maul, like, even though like he got cut in half and stuff, but they gave him a good reason. Like, his anger was what fueled him. He also went insane and was gone for years.
Plus,
right?
like, the fans freaking loved that character.
Right? Yeah.
They like wanted that character back.
And granted, Phasma has her fans too, but it's because the people read those books. Yeah. And I'm like, I just don't think
the build up for that character for The Last Jedi was like at an all-time high
and
because of the book.
They just got smacked in the face, essentially. Yeah. Like, they were like, all right, you like
and
Phasma?
They did the book, they did the novel, and they also had her comics come out right in between The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi.
They gave her a ton of promotion because with like the book and the comic and stuff, and they were like, they just wasted her.
You know what the problem is? There's too many characters in Star Wars now. I honestly believe they're trying to focus, and then they set up these little things for these characters, like, and they can't give them the amount of attention that they need.
To be honest,
for these films.
I think Phasma, like, if you really think about it, you could have taken her out of The Force Awakens and The Last Jedi, replaced her with a regular stormtrooper, and there literally would have been no difference. Literally, just you could have made.
But the whole backstory on that character is that they basically they created that character based off of her suit looking cool.
Yeah, I mean,
like, that's the reason that character exists.
Yeah, I mean,
because that was going to be Kylo Ren's.
Phasma is the Boba Fett and the Darth Maul of this trilogy, except Darth Maul had but see, Darth Maul and Boba Fett have actually gotten character treatment. Now, we don't know if Boba Fett is alive anymore, which I kind of think he's. Most people think he is or whatever, but I'm like, she's the character that looks really cool but doesn't do anything. Yeah, and that's how Darth Maul was. And then, obviously, they brought new life to that character within canon by putting him in Clone Wars and Solo and in comic books and stuff.
What kept those characters around, especially when you think of Boba Fett, because that's probably the closest thing to Captain Phasma.
Yeah, I think Boba's closer to Phasma.
It's the connection between Fett and Solo probably is the thing that kind of like kept him around. Or it just gave some sort of substance to the character. And I think
I guess they tried to do that with
Finn and Captain Phasma, but it just
Yep.
failed, and it turned out really cheesy.
Yeah.
Like that final fight, it just
what was what did he say?
Chrome-
It was just
Chrome
like
Dome.
Chrome Dome.
Yeah. So
Oh,
that's what we got out of that. There's just no payoff for it.
Yep.
Anyways, let's get back to the Knights of Ren though. 'Cause
So
I
the
was
Knights of Ren,
I'm really excited.
I'm
about
excited
that.
for them. Actually, I don't want to get back to the Knights of Ren because I feel like we've talked about enough of that. But the main thing in the poster that really has me intrigued, C-3PO. What's
Oh my
going
God,
on,
dude.
3PO?
Yeah, dude, he's ready to fight.
Dude, so I was talking to one of my friends, and I was telling him, I was like, dude, what if R2 dies and C-3PO just snaps?
Oh, that'd be
What if
amazing.
like R2
Like John
finally
Wick style.
it's like that's his dog,
Yeah,
and whatever, and he's like
this whole time he's been so great at fighting.
He's like, I'm like one of the best translators in the galaxy, and I'm done translating.
Yeah,
yeah. It's like that was what my friend said. I can't take the credit for that.
funny.
It's like, I think it was over 3 billion forms of communication.
Yeah.
It's just like, and I'm done talking.
Yeah, dude, that'd be amazing.
But like,
I'm surprised though but you know what I do like about it though?
What?
It does kind of come off a little bit cheesy because it's just like, why is he like? Since when did he's always been like the
this
scaredy
passive,
cat?
like
Yeah, he's always been like, we got to get away from danger kind
Yeah.
of guy, and now he's like holding a rifle
yeah,
or a blaster or whatever.
yeah. He's holding Chewbacca's bowcaster.
But is that what it is?
Yeah.
I didn't really pay much attention to that, but that's interesting. Anyways,
Yeah.
But what I do like about it is that JJ isn't just letting these the older characters get sidelined.
Because C-3PO literally had nothing to do in the first 2 movies. I'm like, I want to see my boy
He had
do a little bit more.
I don't even remember him in The Last Jedi. Was he on the ship with?
He's on the ship and
Oscar,
and he also is at the very end when the First Order attacks the base on Crate.
So he really had nothing to do.
He literally Luke he was just like, oh master or whatever, and then Luke's smiles at him. That's it.
That's it's so funny that R2 and C-3PO are one of the two of the most important characters in the original trilogy.
I mean, if you think about it, they're the first characters that show up on screen.
Yeah, that's just they're so important to the saga.
Right.
And
I feel like they just I think they tried to, I mean, I like BB-8, he's fine, but I think they tried to, it's
much easier to make
it's weird
toys
that
than
you have to have this fine line of bringing in old characters and also introducing new characters. Like you said, too many characters is a thing. And
that is a big thing.
Granted,
people need to talk about it more. I'm serious about it.
So I'm glad at least one of the characters is gone, which
Rose.
was I was talking about Snoke.
Oh,
because
I was
Snoke
really
is
excited about
that. But Rose isn't on the poster. Granted, there's also a few other characters that aren't in the poster.
Leia's not
but
on it.
To be honest, I think Rose isn't going to be a big character in this movie. I think she's going to
be in a coma.
Dude, listen, Kelly Marie Tran didn't deserve any of the hate for Rose at all, but Rose, I'm sorry, you have to admit it, she is a poorly written character. Yeah. She is not a good
Kelly
character.
is the sweetest woman. Her at Celebration, dude, that
she was very
heart.
She's such so pure of heart and
exactly.
and she loves the fans, and it's the same thing happens. It literally, sometimes I hate the Star Wars fandom because the same thing happened with Jake Lloyd in The Phantom Menace and also Hayden Christensen. I'm like, listen, it was the script. They're not I don't know why
they're doing their job.
Yeah, and I'm like, I don't know why Jake Lloyd got so much hate because I've watched The Phantom Menace, hundreds of times, and I'm like, he's not bad. Yeah, in the movie,
it's just some of the lines are just cheesy.
Yeah, exactly. It's and that's what George Lucas is.
An angel?
Yeah, exactly, exactly. It's just dialogue. That's the same thing with Anakin. And I think Hayden Christensen is a fine actor. I think those movies just people saw that and they're like, oh, he's crap. And I'm like, it's just the script. Same thing. And Rose, her dialogue isn't necessarily bad. No, except the one line, it's not fighting what we hate, but saving what we love. I'm like,
it's not.
That's just kind of a silly line.
It's all of her motives, her just usage. It's like they just, for whatever reason, wanted this character to exist within the story. And introduce these new characters, and they didn't know what to do with them. Yeah, they're just we have to give these characters something to do. And what happens is someone like Leia just gets sidelined for the whole pretty much entirety of The Last Jedi.
I've said it a million times, but I'm like the Last Jedi would have benefited so much more greatly if Rose was not in the movie and it was him and Poe instead, and take out the whole
Finn and Poe?
what did I say?
You said him and Poe. I was just making.
Oh yeah. Finn and Poe, and they do like a buddy cop thing where they go to whatever, and it would be like.
I feel like that's gonna be this movie.
I hope so because I love Finn and Poe together. I think
we're gonna see all three, maybe Rey, Finn, and Poe all together.
I hope so, like because they're like the Han, Luke, and Leia, or the Obi-Wan, Anakin, and Padme of this trilogy. Like
right.
It's and so. Also, Poe looks really cool.
Poe looks awesome. Like, I thought Finn looked cool too.
He has a new hairstyle, doesn't he? Yeah. Which we saw that from set photos.
Yep.
But like, yeah, he has a cool hairstyle. Who else? I don't think Domhnall Gleeson is on the poster.
I didn't see him in it.
But I mean, granted, like
that's fine.
He's an okay character. Like, I don't hate him, but I don't love him. But the thing is
turned
like
him into a really like comedic character in The Last Jedi.
They didn't turn him into a comedic character.
They used him.
They used him as the butt of a joke.
Exactly.
For everything. Because I remember like there was the whole thing where he like falls on his face or whatever, like, and Snoke like flips him around, and then like Poe is like, "I'm sorry, can't hear you," blah blah blah, whatever. I like Domhnall Gleeson as an actor because I watched a few weeks ago Ex Machina, and he's fantastic in that movie.
Yeah, he's really good.
Really
good actor.
But granted, I feel like we're looking a little too much into it because not every character has to be on the poster.
It's not even the theatrical poster.
Yeah, exactly. At least from what we know.
So once we get that, every single character is going to be
Celebration is... So today's date, as we are recording this, is... Wow, I love how they update.
It's the 31st.
So it's the 31st. So, yeah, tomorrow will be the 1st, and I believe Celebration is in like 2 weeks.
I'm going to just like log off the internet.
I can't do that.
Dude, I don't want to see pictures of people at Celebration, and I'm just like at work.
See, I'm just going to watch the live streams and stuff, but like...
Oh, God.
But it sucks, man. We're going back again. Like, at some point, we will go.
If they do one next year, we're going to go to
We have to go. And we can, like, because...
We'll do something fun.
Oh, yeah. I do. The dream would be get a good, like, if once we get some better equipment and stuff, like, maybe even, man, it'd be cool to, like, maybe even
they
possibly
do the podcast stages at Celebration.
Right. Yeah.
That'd be cool.
So we could maybe even record a podcast episode there and stuff. That'd be
We're
awesome.
gonna do some cool things.
I'm really excited. Me and him have just been talking. We've been talking all week, and it's like we've just got a lot of ideas in the pipeline.
I'm motivated.
Trying to think any other things in the poster noteworthy. Oh, there's a
lightsaber. Rey's lightsaber is rebuilt.
Oh, really?
Anakin's or whatever. It's Anakin's, but like rebuilt.
I didn't even pay attention to that.
Yeah.
That's kind of upsetting.
It's weird. I thought she was gonna build her own.
I want her to build her own because if she has a staff, like, give her a double-bladed lightsaber. Yeah. It just makes sense.
Well, we know that she is gonna have the staff in the film.
Yeah,
for sure. But
I just think it would have been awesome to give her like a yellow lightsaber or something, like
anything, dude.
And a yellow double-bladed lightsaber, be like, this is her lightsaber now.
Yeah.
But I guess that doesn't make sense because last year they were like, we are now officially branding
Rey's
lightsaber. I'm like, dude, what's the point?
Yeah.
I'm like, I guess this is probably.
Was it ever Luke's lightsaber, or was it always considered Anakin's?
I mean, through the years, it's been either called Anakin's or Luke's. In my heart, it will always be Anakin's.
Yeah, that's the way I've always seen it too.
It became. I also refer to it as Luke's first lightsaber.
Sure.
But really, when I think of Luke's main lightsaber, it's the green one. Yeah. And then with Rey, I was like, okay, it's gonna be the same thing with Luke. She's gonna hold it. It's gonna hold it, and then it got destroyed. I was like, okay, she's gonna build her own. Right. And I was like, I want her to have an awesome like double-bladed yellow lightsaber, but. The more I think about it, the more it makes sense she doesn't make a lightsaber because in the Battlefront game, like she has a blue lightsaber. I know, and like she's used it in 2 of the movies. Like why break the trend now?
Yeah.
It would just be too hard to start to do that for marketing and stuff. So that's
maybe there's something deeper behind the lightsaber.
Maybe.
I have a feeling there is.
Do you see the handle though? Like
everybody that I've seen on Twitter, like I haven't inspected the photo, but everybody I've seen on Twitter said that's Anakin's lightsaber.
Let me look at it one more time because I am a.
You'll be able to tell.
Yeah, I know all about lightsabers.
Like that.
I literally paid $350 for a custom lightsaber.
When I think about like the lightsaber, I thought that the lightsaber was gonna have some sort of like larger meaning behind this whole trilogy. If you remember when JJ first started writing the script, or when they first started writing the script, The Force Awakens was supposed to start off with the lightsaber floating in space.
Really?
That was, yeah. I don't know if you watched did you ever listen to the director's commentary for The Force Awakens?
No, but I should.
Dude, I've watched it so many times, and JJ like really just like drops in like little things here and there. But he said that the film was originally going to start with the lightsaber in space, showing how it got to Maz, and then they just cut that completely. And then
that'd be cool to see. I want to see that even if it's not in the movie. But okay, so I'm looking at this lightsaber, and it honestly, it doesn't look like Luke's. I don't know. It's hard to say because there's a middle. So she's holding it with two hands.
It could. I mean, it's rebuilt.
I mean,
so
it's Anakin's.
It could be.
Luke's. But yeah. So that's true.
It could look a little different.
That's right. Because what the thing is that's making me think it's not is because it has a black band in the center of it.
So it's probably
probably because it got reconnected.
Yeah.
So the bottom of the hilt does look the same. You can't really see the top because of the quality of the image. I just noticed also in the poster you can see like a red and white X-wing, and then there's an A-wing, and also they brought back the Y-wings as well.
And they have red stormtroopers.
Yeah, which literally they're like, let's make the Praetorian Guards and the stormtroopers and combine
Yeah.
them. That's what it looks like. I was like, this is just kind of feels lazy. I mean, they look cool. They have like angular armor, which is pretty sweet, but like, I'm like, what's the point? And they just they took the Clone Troopers design helmet. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have a line down the middle.
Yeah.
I mean, they look cool, but that was what the Praetorian Guards looked like, and I'm
It's just another way to sell toys.
I mean, to be honest, that's what comic book movies and Star Wars movies are. It's like one big thing.
How can we like add different variants of the same thing to
Batman
sell
and
more
Robin
toys?
is the biggest culprit of selling toys because they literally had like 4 different suits for each character and all of these different things. Like, it's insane.
That's what they do.
The last thing on the poster that's noteworthy is, and I don't remember the actress's name, but next to Chewie on the poster, it's the the black actress.
People thought that she was Lando's daughter.
Why does everybody think because somebody's black is Lando's kid? I'm like, that's so racist. Finn, it's Lando's kid. It's Mace Windu's son.
Yeah.
I'm like, no. I mean, granted, there's only like 4 black people in the Star Wars universe, but still.
But here we go again, introducing more characters that we have to focus on.
I mean, to be honest, if she's written better than Rose, I'll take it.
We're probably still gonna have Rose in this movie.
JJ's like, why did?
Yeah.
He went up to Ryan Johnson's house. He's like, dude, why did you create Rose?
Yeah,
he was like, I can do nothing with this character.
Yeah,
maybe he can. I hope he can redeem Rose as a character because I want to like her.
The thing is, they can probably do something cool with these characters or even make them great, but it's taking screen time away and story away from the characters I really want to see the most.
I want this movie to be centered around Rey, Finn, and Poe, and then have Leia and possibly Force Ghost Luke. That's what I really... And also Kylo.
That's all I would want.
That's what I like.
Why can't we get a movie like that?
Like, I just don't want all these, like, side characters, because I'm trying to think... Okay, so the first 3 movies are these... It really centers on... Well, the first movie centers on
There's a lot
Padme,
of characters.
Anakin, Obi-Wan, and Qui-Gon. Those are, like, the 4 main characters. There's side characters.
And it really follows them all around.
Right. It starts with Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. They're like the center point of the movie, right?
Yeah.
And I mean, it doesn't really stray away from that. Then they get to Anakin and Padme, and that's it.
That's really
it. Shows their 4 perspectives.
And then, like, the Emperor is just like
but he's like a small character.
And even like if you're looking at the original trilogy, you have Han, Luke, and Leia, C-3PO, and R2.
Yeah, and Chewie.
Yeah,
but they're always like together.
And you see, like, Star Wars has a ton of character. You see different creatures and stuff like that,
but they're all
just like
minor.
Yeah, they're like background. Let me put in my 2 cents here, and then they like back out. It's always like,
how many characters did they add to The Last Jedi?
There's so many.
There was Holdo.
Paige. There was Paige at first.
That's true.
So they had to introduce her to give them that story.
The Rose thing. So then there was Rose. There was Holdo. DJ. The Benicio del Toro's character. And then they also tried to put an emphasis on Snoke. I'm missing one other character, I feel like.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's like...
And then but not even just introducing the characters. Go through all the characters that they like really marketed. So you got Rose, you got DJ. Like, these are like... at Celebration, they're like, DJ is this mysterious guy, nobody... And like, they even like, when they're doing like they do the magazine covers or whatever, they had a whole section dedicated to DJ.
He's such a small role.
It was like a photo of him and like this article specifically for him.
Originally also that was supposed to be Lando in the script. They said they were gonna make Lando the whatever, and so it's like
the ones
they could have fixed so much. If like I'm fine with them adding new characters because we have Rey, Finn, and Poe. Like those are the 3 main characters. You don't really need to add much more than that. I'm fine with them adding a few, but making them small roles. But like
very small.
But like utilize what you have, right? And I'm like they could have got Billy D. Williams back for the last movie.
So they have so they've marketed Phasma. Then you got
Phasma.
Rose.
They also tried to focus on that. Yeah.
Phasma, Rose, Paige, Holdo. Then they introduced Snoke. I mean, there's just like so many different like when you think of Empire Strikes Back, there's 2 things that you really think of.
You think of Luke, and then you think of Han and Leia.
Exactly. You think of Luke being on Dagobah with Yoda. Mm-hmm. That's one place that they cut to.
Yeah.
And it's either that or they're cutting to Luke to
Han and Leia and getting
Chewie.
Away from the Empire, and then on Bespin.
That's it. You're cutting between those 2 little storylines.
Yeah.
And when you look at The Last Jedi, they're following along so many things. You got Luke and Rey. You got Snoke and Kylo. You got Poe and Poe
and Holdo, and then you've also got Finn and Rose.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
And
yeah,
you're
that's
you're
crazy.
hopping between all these things, and at least 30 minutes is dedicated to Finn and Rose doing nothing that accomplishes nothing.
Yeah.
So
if you would have even cut down,
gotta simplify it.
If you just cut down even one of those storylines, like because
then we're gonna get more of Luke and Rey. I would be so much happier with that.
Either that, or it would have like I said, put Poe with Finn. That would have cut out and just not even have Holdo and Rose there. That would have cut out an entire storyline.
Yeah.
That would have just been like, and it would have condensed the movie and honestly made
an
it
unnecessary storyline at that.
Yeah. Like it's so pointless.
It
like,
gets nothing.
They could have put DJ in the movie.
The only thing that it does is
but
introduce more characters.
Yeah.
That like have no depth.
I think
that's the only usefulness it has.
I think they just try to overblow it. So I think JJ knows what he's doing.
Even like when you think about The Force Awakens, what do you think about? You think of Rey and Finn.
I think of Rey and Finn, and then
you think
Han,
of the bad guys
and Kylo. That's it.
That's it. And you're flipping between those 2 little things going on, and it's so much simpler and easier to follow along, and you're getting more story.
Because even Poe, like he starts out as a bigger character, but then eventually, like they're like, all right, now we know what he's doing. Like we don't need to focus on him anymore.
Exactly.
But it's like they feel like the constant need in The Last Jedi.
See, if it was The Last Jedi, you would have to follow along with Poe getting off of Jakku or something like that.
Yeah.
He would add in that like storyline too. It's just there's just too much. I think there's too many characters and it's harder to follow along. That's why I think The Empire Strikes Back is one of the best. And then you have Darth Vader, of course. That along
but that ties into like it's
necessary. But like those are just the things you're hopping around with.
I mean, it seems like in Star Wars, like it should focus on 2 groups of heroes. And then
the villain.
That's pretty much it, because the first movie, like I said, is Qui-Gon. I mean, it doesn't even focus on the villain that much. Like, we see Darth Maul and Palpatine.
Yeah.
But, so those are the villains. And then we Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan. And eventually they unite with Padme and Anakin. But it's pretty much all like synchronous. And the second movie...
It's just like they're constantly working on these characters because you're getting to spend time with these characters and follow along.
The second and third movie, Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, like, it's still just 2 to 3 groups of characters. Like It's not like a whole lot. So I think this, honestly, what will make episode 9 great is if they just condense
it a little bit.
Yeah.
We don't need all these characters doing side missions and stuff like that.
Yeah.
It's just not necessary.
It's hard because like you introduced 3 brand new characters like for the series that are the 3 main characters.
That's all you honestly really need.
That's exactly what you need. Yeah,
that's all you needed.
It's like really all they needed to focus on was those 3 characters and then maybe BB-8 and that's it. Really.
Yeah.
And Kylo, obviously, those are the villains. That would have been.
And then you can still.
That would have been that generation's thing.
And then you can still do justice with the older characters.
Exactly.
You have time to do it.
They're tied in.
Exactly. Yeah.
So.
I'm still excited.
I'm excited for episode 9.
We're gonna probably get a trailer for episode 9 in like 2 weeks.
I know, that's crazy. We've been so hyped for Endgame that like we just haven't even been like thinking about it.
Yeah,
which I guess that's maybe a good transition. I know that's not in the order of like our list, but like we can move on.
It's
to
okay.
There's some.
Go for it.
This past week there was like a bunch of posters that came out, like all of these individual posters. It kind of became a meme, or it was the Avenge the Fallen thing.
Oh god, yeah, that was great.
It was like they kind of did some meme stuff with it, but it like essentially confirmed to us all of the
living and the
all
dead.
the living and the dead. So we know now that it was kind of up in the air like we assumed, but Pepper Potts is alive and Shuri is dead. We know that.
Yeah.
Which we thought,
even though like somebody said that she was alive.
like right after Infinity War came out, they're like, oh, Shuri's alive.
Yeah.
But like
they kind of went back on that.
I'm trying to think like how many posters they actually
Did you
had.
go look at the did you see the Captain Marvel individual one? She has the hairstyle from the Captain Marvel film, not the long straight hair.
I'm pretty sure they took the promotional image.
Yeah.
From Captain Marvel
because she's got like the curly, shorter hair.
Yeah.
I'm like,
it's literally the same thing.
It's just nitpicking, but I thought it was pretty funny.
Yeah, they did. Let's see. I'm trying to look at all through these. Oh yeah, I forgot they also did a Okoye.
I mean, it's pretty much everybody.
It's pretty much every character. But now that we know that Pepper is still alive, I'm almost convinced. Yeah, there's Captain Marvel. She doesn't have. It literally just looks like her.
Yeah, it looks like from her film.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Interesting.
But now that we know that, I didn't even notice this. Valkyrie's in a poster.
Oh, you didn't know that?
No, I didn't even see this.
Oh yeah, so she's gonna.
So she'll be in the movie.
She'll be in the movie.
That's crazy. Okay, cool. I did not know that. So yeah, that's a good thing to know. But now that Pepper's alive, I'm almost certain she's gonna become Rescue.
When we went to see Us, they didn't play the Endgame trailer, did they?
No.
Because I watched it on the big screen last night.
Really?
Yeah, they played the second trailer for Endgame there.
Oh.
And then I was thinking about they keep releasing these small spots. The Russo brothers have been like dropping so much stuff on their Instagram.
They came out with another set of posters today.
Yeah.
Those international posters. I love this second one where it's got all of the dead characters
ones,
in
like,
the bottom.
the
And yes,
yeah.
I honestly like. I want this on my wall. Like this is, and at first I was like, "Where's my boy Spider-Man?" Then I noticed he was the guy to Nick Fury.
But like back to like the spots and everything, they've really like they're not revealing any more new footage. It looks like it's they're marketing this about just trying to avenge.
I don't know.
Characters.
I mean, so we have 26 days left or 24 days.
Something like 26.
Okay. So I think probably one more trailer is going to come out. I think maybe 2 weeks beforehand, another one. But I think it's still going to be just a lot of old footage. Yeah, the same footage and stuff. Like there may be like one or two shots, but God, that's one of my biggest gripes with Marvel Studios is when it gets like a month. So like
when
that's
it
what
gets closer,
they do.
Then they really start.
They just like all right, bombarding
stuff.
everything. That was one of the worst things about Civil War. Was like I was like I don't want to see anything of Spider-Man except the shot in the second trailer. But like a month before they were like. All these TV spots had Spider-Man
like swinging around or whatever.
It was like they had the one of him catching Bucky's arm, and I was like, dude, I wanted to see that in the movie. I was like, I was kind of upset. So I'm hopefully they're learning their lesson. They're like, listen, people are going to go see these movies regardless.
This movie's different. Did you see that it's tracking at making like 700 million opening weekend?
I'm not.
That's like
I'm not doubting it. Yeah,
but that's how much did Infinity War make? Like 300 something.
Did it really make that low?
Yeah, it's like 300 something like that.
I think
they're talking about making close to $1 billion in one weekend to start.
I think so. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. When we see it that first night, I kind of want to go see it again on Friday. After.
Oh, I'll go see it again the same night.
Dude.
Actually, that reminds me. I need to take that day off for work.
Yeah,
to go see that.
Do it. I'll probably just. You know what? I may skip class the next morning or something. Actually, I don't have class until 11 a.m. So. Let's just see it twice.
But the movies don't open until like 12.
What do you mean?
The theater doesn't open until like 11 or 12.
I mean like Thursday night.
Oh, see it. All right. I thought you were saying going to see it Friday morning.
No.
We're making our plans right now.
No, I'm saying like Thursday night we see it once at 7, and then as we get out we watch it like at like 10:30 or something.
Done.
Let's down, do it because I did that with The Force Awakens. It's kind of funny, it comes full circle. But I watched The Force Awakens twice back to back.
Yeah, I can do that.
Did I do that? Yeah, I did. I'm trying to think. Yeah, I did. I watched it twice opening night. So let's do it. I'm down.
Yeah, we're gonna do it.
We're gonna spend a lot of money. We're gonna be because it's a 3-hour movie, man.
Oh God, we're.
Oh my God.
This is our end game.
Maybe we shouldn't.
I forgot it's 3 hours. That's another bit of news that came out.
3 hours and 2 minutes.
3 hours and 2 minutes. Yeah.
Rest in peace, peeing.
Yeah.
Rest in peeing. What? Like, I'm guessing I'm just not drinking any water, like, for the hour beforehand, and, like, I'm going to be taking a sip every 45 minutes just so I, like...
See, this is what I normally
I'm
do.
going to be like a freaking raisin.
When Civil War came out, they released that. Do you remember that clip? It was probably like 2 minutes long of Scarlet Witch and Vision.
Yeah.
And they're just like discussing their thing.
Yeah.
And I had already seen that clip online.
So you use that as the bathroom?
Yeah. I was like, and the whole time I was like, when's this going to come? When's it going to come? And then they started talking. I was like, all right, cool. I'm like, I've already seen this.
That's smart.
So, like, I usually try to do that, like, if they release a clip or something, but they're obviously
they're
not
not
gonna
doing
release
that.
anything like that.
Yep.
And, I don't know. Yeah, there's no pee breaks.
No pee breaks.
Now I understand why they're discussing doing an intermission for this movie, which they're not, but tickets go on sale, actually, Tuesday.
Did they confirm?
Yeah, today. And they actually started selling toys today.
Oh, dang.
You can get the Funko Pops and all that stuff.
That's right. Oh, speaking of the Funko Pops, I got to gush about the Funko Pops a little bit. Dude, Amazon has an exclusive one. I actually may need to go on Amazon, like, right after this. But they're selling a War Machine, like, one that's War Machine with his, like, Infinity War, or not Infinity War, but, like, with the Quantum Realm suit on. And I'm like, oh my god, I need that War Machine. I love War Machine. Yeah. Can I just say that? I love War Machine.
You can say that.
He is underrated, and he has cooler guns and stuff than Iron Man.
Yeah, true.
I love his suit more than Iron Man. Like, I can't wait.
Dude, I would love to see, like, a War Machine toy with Rocket, like, on the shoulder.
Oh, yes, dude.
Like
that's
that.
like I said, one of my favorite shots in that trailer.
It looks so
like,
good.
I want War Machine flying.
I want to know where they're at. Because, like, there's two shots.
It doesn't look like it's on an alien planet. It looks like it's on Earth.
Yeah, it looks... crap. I don't want to say anything. Never mind.
What do you mean
I don't want to spoil anything, because there was, like, I don't know if it was a leak, but there was something that, like, came out that said...
Keenan, what have you done, Keenan? What have you done?
Now I want to say it.
It's okay. That was one of the worst things. I know it's...
It's not a leak, but it's like a toy thing, I think.
Oh.
There's a Lego thing. And if you know me, like, I kept up with a lot of Lego stuff when, like, Infinity War was coming out. That's how I knew so much about...
Oh, yeah?
Like, I knew about, like, Thor getting his, like, axe and stuff well before. And it was just because I was keeping up with, like, all these toys that were coming out and how it's going to connect.
Toys ruin movies.
Yeah. and then now this new thing comes out, which I found was, like, really interesting. And if I'm thinking about the trailer correct... it's starting to kind of like come together. Like,
I mean, is it good? I mean, is it?
It's really interesting. It's not. Okay. It's not what I was expecting.
Okay.
But it's also possibly just complete BS.
See, because they did that. There was some BS stuff with Civil War that they did that with, like, some Lego sets. Yeah. Like, Spider-Man was in this one set, and it was like it wasn't what happened in the movie. Like, yeah. It was like a chase scene with like there was like a Roxxon truck and then a motorcycle, and like Spider-Man was involved with it, and I was like, this doesn't happen in the movie. Yeah. So. We'll see, but you're probably right.
We're gonna do a rewatch, not a full rewatch. Before
yeah, let's. I would actually kind of wanted to like talk about that, like so. Yeah, like what?
The other week you said like these are like you like listed like 6 movies or something like that that you have to watch before Endgame kind of thing. I think we should stick to whatever that was. I don't remember.
God, I hope I have the time to watch them. Yeah, so if I remember correctly, I listed the first 3 Avengers, Civil War.
And then like it was like recent MCU movies or something like that. Or maybe that was it.
I think that was it.
Just the Avengers movies and Civil War.
I mean, maybe.
Honestly,
maybe Iron Man 1.
Let's just watch Infinity War again.
Yeah, I mean, I see. Yeah, because I watched it. When was the last time I watched Infinity? I mean, I'm gonna watch it literally right before. I'll probably download it on my phone, honestly, and then just like watch like
chill in the theater.
We'll just like have it up or whatever. I'll download it to my iPad and just like some people would just be like watching Infinity War in the theater.
Stream it off Netflix, actually.
That's right. It's on Netflix. I forgot about that. That's crazy. Yeah, I'm like, I need to start getting some of these Pop Funkos.
We're really excited for Endgame, though.
I'm so ready.
I'm starting to like get.
See, because my hype kind of died down again, like after, because I was like, the trailer came out and I was really hyped for like a week, and I was like, let's go, Endgame, and then my hype kind of died down a bit. And now that we're talking about it again, and I'm like, I know how close it is. I'm like, I'm so ready for this movie.
By the time this podcast comes up, we're gonna be in Endgame month. Like, this is the month that it's coming out.
It's crazy. Oh my god, this semester has gone by so fast, man. Like, the great thing is it's gonna be so nice last year with Infinity War, I had to worry about exams. This year, I am in a major where I don't have exams. I have projects.
Last year
and
we
they'll all be
saw
done.
Infinity War together, and you were like so tired. You had like just came back from like doing an exam or something like that.
I did. I had an exam that day, and I'd been studying like all night.
Yeah,
it's like that was.
And I remember you was just like you just seemed tired. You weren't like as excited as you normally are.
Yeah, this I'm.
So
for
this year we're gonna be like, or this
I'm
year
gonna
we're
be pumped.
Really
Like, the only thing that sucks is I won't be able to drink a cup of coffee because I'll have to pee.
I'm drinking coffee. I don't even care. I have to.
Dude, you can't hold it for 3 hours.
I will force myself to.
Dude, don't do it, man.
I will.
Don't do it. It's not worth it.
It will be worth it. Yeah.
Dude, you're not gonna be able to concentrate, man.
It'll be good. I'll be good.
All right, let's move on to the next thing.
Next thing that the biggest piece of news the next biggest piece of news that came out this week is that Angelina Jolie may be the newest and biggest star to enter the MCU. I'm really excited about this. I love Angelina Jolie. Yeah, I think she's amazing.
I'm like, okay.
We're thinking about like, didn't we talk about pretty recently how like Marvel does a great job? Or maybe I was talking to someone else about casting like A-list actors and getting them in the MCU.
I think we talked about that.
She's big. Like
she hasn't been very big recently. Like
but people know her like as being like a huge Hollywood star.
To be honest, I'm gonna be real with you. I don't really think Angelina Jolie's a great actress. I think she's okay. I think she's kind of overrated.
You think so?
I don't. She doesn't really do much for me. I mean,
fine.
I'd rather get Brad Pitt. Can we get Brad Pitt in here?
No.
They're married, man. Brad Pitt's
They're not married.
What?
They're divorced.
When they get divorced?
Like a year ago?
Oh.
Maybe 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Come on.
I don't. Well, I mean,
keep up with it.
Sell me on Angelina Jolie. What's so great about her?
Have you seen her? I'm just kidding. Have you seen any movie that she's in?
I've had to have seen some movie that she was in.
She's huge. She's big time.
I know she's a big star, but I'm just like, I don't. As soon as when I hear Angelina Jolie, I'm like, Angelina Jolie.
So she's rumored to be in talks for the Eternals film, which is going to be like one of the newer films that are coming out or soonest, probably. It's kind of rumored to come out in 2021, I believe. Do you remember the date on that?
Eternals?
Yeah,
no.
I think it's 2021.
I'm like really like in the dark in this like Eternals movie. Like,
yeah, I don't know much about the characters at all, but if they're doing Angelina Jolie, they're probably gonna try to go big with this cast.
Oh, dude, yeah, no, she was great in Kung Fu Panda.
Oh my god,
dude, I'm looking at all the movies. Like,
you're the worst.
Yeah, she voiced Tigress, man. She's awesome. Yeah, I don't think I've seen any movies with Angelina Jolie. Like, I've just seen her in like all over the place, but I've never seen her in an actual.
You ever watch Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah, that's the one that
that's not even like an amazing movie or whatever.
I've heard. Yeah, but I heard that's. I mean,
Tomb Raider.
Why are you talking about
Tomb Raider's great? Dude.
No, it's not.
It's so cheesy, but it's good.
Are you Chris Stuckman?
Yeah.
Whoa, plot twist. I did want to watch that Sky Captain in the World tomorrow. I remember I watched that movie as a kid. That's been a long time though. She was in that one. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't seen it.
It's like came out in like 2004. Sky Captain in the World of Tomorrow.
Sure.
It's like got like weird. It's like I don't know. It's like kind of like whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. Anyways, I thought it was cool. I think it's cool that they're at least.
Did they say what role?
No.
Okay.
Nothing in particular.
Okay.
But that's big time for just Marvel Studios. I just think it's really cool when they like Marvel Studios. Don't get me wrong, they do a really good job of like finding actors that aren't well known and like really like lifting them up and letting them shine. Like especially the Guardians. Not talking about like when you're talking about like Dave Bautista or something like that. Like, they find like these lesser known actors and are able to do great stuff. But I always think it's really cool when bigger actors and actresses like a Michael B. Jordan gets involved in the MCU, because I just think it's really good for the whole comic book film.
See, I'll tell you actually what would get me really excited is I think she'd be an amazing Madam Web.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
I know it won't, but like I said, I mean, I just think that would be really cool.
Yeah.
Because I'm biased though because of Spider-Man, and I'm like freaking love Spider-Man, but like I think to be honest, like she really looks like Matt, because Listen, Angelina Jolie is very pretty, but she also hasn't aged well at the same time.
You think so?
I mean,
dude, like
some of these pictures are kind of scaring me.
I don't know.
We're not on the same page.
Well, some of the pictures are just like the tabloids trying to make.
I mean,
bad.
I guess you're right, but I'm just like come on, man, like this is terrifying.
No, you're gonna. This is what's gonna happen, dude. You're gonna see a trailer of something with her in it, and you're gonna be like, "Holy crap! I can't believe she's in the MCU."
You know
I guarantee it's gonna happen.
I mean, I'm sure she's gonna be great.
Yeah.
But, well, let's move on from that topic.
Anyways, that's pretty much all of the stuff that we needed to get to. You usually end the show.
Oh yeah,
with
I forgot
really
about my awesome question.
Epic.
My epic question. Sorry. Okay, so if many of you, if people didn't know, this past week was Batman's 80th anniversary. And which is a pretty big deal. Like, I just thought about it. I'm like, man, Batman is 80 years old.
That's
like,
really old.
I mean, Batman is like,
and more popular than ever.
Oh yeah,
like not going away. Not.
Oh
dying.
no, Batman will he's a timeless character now. So what I wanted to ask you is, I don't think we've ever talked about this, but in any form of any medium, it can be comics, it can be movies, it can be TV shows, it can be video games, it can whatever Batman has appeared in. What is your favorite interpretation of Batman?
Ooh, that's tough.
I know mine, but I want to hear yours first.
Interpretation of
or
Batman
rendition, like Batman, Bruce Wayne, but just Batman in general, because mine is not Bruce Wayne.
Yeah,
but
I think mine would probably be the animated series.
Batman the animated series.
Yeah, I think that would probably be it.
That's most people's favorite thing is
That's just what I grew up on.
Right.
I watched that more often.
So
than
you
the films growing up.
So you Kevin Conroy is your man essentially.
Yeah.
I'm the same way. Yeah, because I mean I tend to think the Arkham series is in the same universe as the animated series. I know it's not, but you've got Mark Hamill and have you played the Arkham games?
Yeah, I played them all.
Okay, just making sure. I was like, he's played Spider-Man. I was like, please play the Arkham games if you did.
The Arkham Knight. Do you remember? You played the Arkham Knight?
Yes, I played them all.
The one where Joker comes out of nowhere when you're carrying that giant
the gas canister thing.
Yeah, dude, it scared the bejeebus out of me.
Oh my god, dude! Mark Hamill freaking kills it in that game.
Yeah, it was probably the best one that he did
ever done. And what's even amazing, spoilers for Arkham Knight and Arkham City if you haven't played these games.
Been out forever.
It's been a while. You guys need to go play it if you haven't played the Arkham games. The end of Arkham City, Joker dead.
Yeah.
And so what happens is Arkham Knight, people are like, how the heck is Joker going to come back?
Kind of comes
he's
back.
He's a hallucination.
Yeah.
And he's part of Batman.
Yeah.
And because I won't get into the
probably
details.
The best part of that game.
It's just he nails being the Joker when he's not even freaking alive.
Yeah.
It's all in Batman's head, and that's what I love about that. Arkham Knight is incredibly underrated. Because I think people were disappointed with Arkham Knight, and I was like, I was not.
I got annoyed playing it.
Probably with the Batmobile
yes,
sections.
Dude. Oh my god. Dude,
that's what
how many times do I have to blow up these freaking things? And it was easy too, because they show the sight lines of those. What were the white things? The Sentinel type.
I don't know I know all the tanks they show.
Yeah, it was
their trajectories.
I was getting so annoyed about that, but
some people really hate the Batmobile sections. I didn't mind it as much because I was eventually I just got it where I was acing through it. But I think I will no. So I 240%ed completed that game.
God.
So I went through the original game.
Yeah.
And 100%ed everything. Got all of the Riddler stuff. Everything took me a month. Then I went back a few years later when all of the DLC had come out, and I did the New Game Plus version and 100% of that. Although technically it was 120% because the 20% was the DLC.
Right.
And when you do that, you get God. I'm getting am I getting sick? I don't know. Anyways, when you beat the DLC, you get this awesome version of his armored suit. So you know how in the game you get that armored Batman suit, and it just looks amazing.
Yeah.
So you get a different version where the Bat logo is actually gold and the colors are different, and it looks awesome. Let me see if I can pull it up for you. But yeah, I really like the story of Arkham Knight, but I agree with you that...
Yeah, it's cool. It's just like there's these side things that happen that are just really tedious and get annoying to do over time.
Let's see.
So, your favorite Batman, though, would it be the same Kevin Conroy's?
Well, traditional Bruce Wayne, yes. However, that is not my favorite Batman. My favorite Batman of all time...
Ben Affleck.
Nope.
Oh, crap.
I want you... Actually, now I kind of want you to guess.
I mean, there's not a lot that I have to go through.
It's animated, I'll say that.
Oh, it is animated? Year one?
Nope.
Oh my gosh. Batman Beyond?
Yes.
Really?
Batman Beyond is my boy.
That's funny.
I
Yeah.
love Batman Beyond.
I wouldn't have guessed that.
Really?
Yeah, I wouldn't have guessed that.
Okay. It hits all... Honestly, I think that what derives my like love for neon now and like cyberpunk is because it takes place in like a cyberpunk city. It's also a teenager who's playing Batman Beyond, which I think the main reason I like that is because it's very similar to Spider-Man. I always thought Terry McGinnis was just this super cool dude.
Yeah.
He also cracks jokes like Spider-Man does, but he's still Batman. So he's like he's mean, but like at the same time like he still like makes fun of the villains or whatever. Yeah. And he just like I love his tech. He can go invisible. He has rocket boosters or whatever. I was like, this is like, it was just my favorite version of Batman, and like it's so unique. It's crazy to think that like that never existed in the comics.
Yeah.
It existed like because of the animated.
That is what's cool about it, though.
And I mean, I don't know if you know, but it's like in the same universe as the animated series.
Yeah.
So yeah, Batman Beyond is my favorite. But you know, I'll add like a side question to move on from that. What is your favorite live action version?
Live action version of Batman. Oh God. Live action. It's tough. I think I'm gonna go with Bale.
Christian Bale.
Yeah.
Why do you say Bale over?
Well, I think about like I think Michael Keaton is okay. Like I'm one of the people. I think that people are just really nostalgic about that movie.
That's honestly how I kind of
for
feel.
the time that it came out and everything like that.
Yeah.
Tim Burton's really cool. I like his style, like artistically for those films.
I mean, those films set the tone for the animated series.
Exactly. And then really you have who else? Bale and Affleck.
Bale, Affleck, you get Clooney.
Yeah, we're gonna that.
Val
Even
Kilmer.
though as a kid I loved Batman and Robin for whatever reason, I loved that movie. I rented it so many times.
I did too.
But yeah, so that's really it. And I think that Ben Affleck would have been it, but there's only one role that he really had. Yeah. I feel like you need to sustain it a little bit longer because I thought that he like took a step down in Justice League.
I think if the Snyder cut had actually happened, there was a lot of stuff that came out about that with this past week.
Many
like
things.
He went to some like interview panel and stuff, but like the Justice League was going to be way different, and personally,
way darker.
I loved it.
It was going to be super dark.
I
always say I do not have a problem with Zack Snyder. I just think it came at the wrong time in establishing the DCEU.
Yeah.
I'm like, you haven't earned the right to do this with the characters yet.
Yeah.
And
I think there should have been a little bit more groundwork set, but
been
still
that way. And
the way he was saying though was awesome, like how
the way he set it up is like this should have been the DCEU's version of Endgame.
Yeah.
Like that's the way it should have been, but it was going to come in like
Superman gets like brainwashed and like he goes to like they go to like kill Lois in the Batcave.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, but it's got to be earned, and that's the thing. I don't think that they earned.
It was a little rushed. I'll say that. But
even
still,
Superman's death, I didn't have the emotional impact
because it was only 2 movies. Although
I knew he was coming back.
Yeah,
like we all knew it. So
you know, but this is the suit for the 240% completion.
Yeah, I've seen that.
It's just got like the cool gold logo, and I like gold with Bat. It kind of
I
gives
always
me
love the Arkham Knights. The
ears
on the
I think I love like when the bat suits have really long ears.
Yeah.
That was one of my biggest gripes with the Batfleck suit is its little
the
tiny
little nubs
ears.
on
I was
the top
like,
of his head.
I was like, what's even the point, man? Like, I think that's why I love the Bale suit. But my favorite live action version of Batman, like I want to say. Like with my biases, I'd say Christian Bale. Yeah. Because I, how old was I? I was 6 years old when Batman Begins came out. Yeah. And so I still am a baby. Yeah. But like it's like a childhood like thing of mine where it's like I grew up with Batman Begins, The Dark Knight Rises. I went to see Dark Knight Rises was one of the first movies I saw at midnight.
Oh, okay.
And I still think Dark Knight Rises is great.
It is.
I think people. I mean, it's my least favorite of the trilogy, but I still think it's really good.
Really good.
But I think Christian Bale brought like he's a fantastic Bruce Wayne. I love all of the parts where he's Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Like in Batman Begins and The Dark Knight, like how douchey he is. I'm like, this is perfect. Like he's so
dude when he tried to when he ran the red light or whatever to stop the car.
Yeah.
And then he was like that was really brave of you. And he's like, for trying to beat a red light. Like, yeah, he was great as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite parts.
The only things like that drove me nuts was the voice. That's like the biggest complaint.
Oh, really?
The growly voice. I was like,
like
oh
the
my
voice.
god. And I love what they did with Ben Affleck with the
modulator thing.
Yeah,
I
agree.
agree.
Love that stuff. That needs to always be in whatever Batman.
Yeah.
And then I think that the fighting scenes aren't amazing. They seem a little slow paced.
In the Dark Knight series and stuff.
Yeah,
it's because he can't move his head. So he does all of these like shoulder movements, and it looks really weird. He's like elbow people.
That's probably the weakest stuff for me. In terms of, but
that's why if I put my biases away, Ben Affleck is the Batman
for one movie.
Yeah, which sucks.
Yeah,
because in Justice League he's like whatever, but
Justice League it was like they like destroyed him. In that movie, he started off kind of cool, and then when you see that he kind of like put on some weight and then came back and reshots and stuff, he's just like old and beaten down, and the character wasn't the same.
I loved him though in Batman v Superman. He was a beast, and it also the best live action fight scene to date. Yeah. I don't care if he's killing people. I hope people still aren't hung up on Batman killing people, or do you think people are?
Yeah.
Do people not understand, like, the backstory behind that? Like, the reason he killed people was because Jason Todd died?
Yeah.
It's like...
But that's another one of those things that they could have explored for people.
Which I'm sure they were going to if they had... I think they
could have earned it.
I think they should have done Batman v Superman after a Batman movie.
Yeah.
With Ben Affleck.
That's the thing. They really sped up the whole thing.
Yeah. And then I think it would have made sense... for them to do Superman or Man of Steel, do Batman, do Wonder Woman, and then Batman v Superman.
Yeah.
And then do like maybe a Wonder Woman sequel.
I would have loved to see 2 Superman films
beforehand.
Same. Yeah.
Kind of like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like that.
I woke up this morning. I was like, oh, we're recording the podcast. I'm gonna just open up and say, give me my Man of Steel sequel. I'm still
Never
mad about
happen.
it. It's not.
Never gonna happen.
At the very least, if they do one more movie, just permanently kill him or something. Just kill him off. Do the one of the greatest Superman stories of all time, Superman All-Star or All-Star Superman, I should say, where he comes to peace with like who he is and like dies, like flies into the sun or whatever. Like, just do that. But the thing is like they won't do that because he already died once. So they're like, but like if you really just.
You okay?
No.
You're having a Last Jedi moment?
No, I'm having a freaking no Superman sequel moment. I'm upset. I'm just... yeah, but I still think Ben Affleck like is... In terms of the physicality and the look of Batman, he nails it. And honestly, I think he's a pretty great Bruce Wayne, too. Like, I love...
he was really good.
When the scenes where he's like at the Lex Luthor's party or whatever... I like those shoes.
Yeah,
and
the whole thing with Wonder Woman at the art museum or whatever.
Yeah, he's great. I think he did
awesome stuff.
I think under Zack Snyder's direction, he's really good.
Yeah,
I like you said, you have no problem with Zack Snyder. I think I just would have loved to see his vision, to be honest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I guess so. I don't know. It's really a toss up between Bale and Affleck for me. Like,
I think the safest thing is Bale. I just think it has proven more.
But Kevin Conroy trumps all.
Yeah, of course.
I would if Kevin Conroy looked like Batman, like
to have him actually be like Bruce Wayne and Batman,
because then
he looks nothing like him.
He looks nothing like him, or whatever. But I mean, he will always be the best Batman voice, and like my childhood Batman, whatever. Like that's one of the great things you were talking about, the voice. Kevin Conroy is good at like actually making his voice deeper when he's Batman, and then like when he's Bruce Wayne, it's a little lighter.
Yeah, it's a little bit smoother.
And so
cool.
So yeah, those are our favorite versions of Batman. Happy birthday, Batman!
Yeah, let us know in the comment section if you're watching on YouTube, what your favorite version of Batman is.
It better be Batman Beyond.
It's not.
Oh, dang it.
But yeah, let us know in the comment section. We look forward to doing more of these episodes and expanding on other things in the future.
Yep.
So just keep an eye out for some information coming soon. And I think I didn't talk to you about this, but we're getting close to Endgame, like we've already said, and we may do some sort of giveaway around that time.
Yeah.
So just keep an eye out for that. Keep listening to the podcast. Also, one thing that I want to mention really quickly is if you are listening on iTunes, there's something that you can do. It takes about 10 seconds and it'll help us out. It's just rate our podcast.
Yeah, that'd be great.
So, if you can give us whatever stars you find reasonable, or, 5 stars.
Yeah, I mean, 5 would be great, but it's your choice.
And if you leave a review, it helps us out. It gets us out there so other people can listen to the show.
For sure.
And if you're listening on YouTube, be sure to subscribe. Shout out to all the SoundCloud listeners, because
you guys
they're carrying this podcast
they are
for us.
holding us up on a pedestal.
They're helping us out so much, and a lot of people have checked out our listening on Spotify. So just want to say thank you to everyone who's kept up with all the episodes. Sorry we didn't get one out last week.
It bums us out as much as it bums you guys out. Probably more of us than it does everybody else.
I was really bummed out about it.
I remember the next day I was like, people were like, oh, why did you not come up with an episode of the podcast at school? And I was like,
over my
it's
like a breakup just happened.
I know.
What happened with that girl?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, but we're back this week, and
also next week, just keep an eye out. We're gonna have a Shazam review, and we'll have our normal podcast.
It's
so
crazy. We went through the entire episode without even mentioning Shazam. It's just the Avengers Endgame hype or whatever.
Exactly. But when Shazam comes out, we're gonna be high on that. So,
yeah, for sure.
Exactly. So just keep an eye out for that this week. Other than that, is there anything else you want to add?
Just to follow us on our social media channels, as always.
Good stuff, yeah.
And
all linked below.
Yeah, they'll be linked, and we mentioned at the beginning of the episodes or whatever. And we're gonna try to be more active on Instagram. Maybe I can. Maybe Keenan will do the Twitter stuff, and I'll do the Instagram stuff. Who knows?
That'll work for me.
So we'll see. We'll get to it. We need to be doing more.
We're gonna do more.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, that's going to conclude this episode of the Comic Blast Podcast. Thank you guys so much for listening, and we will talk to you guys next week.
See you guys.